Elland Road is bathed in beautiful early spring sunshine for this clash between the team at the top of the table and a team that might have been expected before the season began to be up there with them, but before the start of the game that finds itself in 9th place in the table. Yes, it's Leeds United versus West Ham United. Well, Leeds United manager Howard Wilkinson opts to give Glyn Snowden his first full game of the season here at Elland Road. He wears the number 3 jersey and hopefully well back on his way to recovery after suffering for a seemingly long period now from glandular fever. And he also retains Gary Speed, and the youngster starts his first full game of the season at Elland Road as well. So the United line-up: Mervyn Day in goal, Mel Sterland at 2, Glyn Snowden at 3, Vinnie Jones at 4, remember he got the winner at West Ham in October, Chris Fairclough at 5, Peter Haddock at 6, the ever-present skipper at number 7, Gordon Strachan, Gary Speed at 8, Lee Chapman at 9, Imre Varadi at 10, and John Hendry, back in favour, back in the side, starts the game wearing number 11. Carl Schutt and Dylan Kerr are the men on the bench. For West Ham United, they've got the Czechoslovakian international Ludek Mikloško in goal, Stuart Slater at 2, Tommy McQueen at 3, George Paris, Colin Foster and Tony Gale, the half-back line, Ian Bishop at 7, Martin Allen at 8, Jimmy Quinn at 9, a much-travelled striker, always well among the goals, Kevin Keane at 10 and Trevor Morley at 11. On the bench, the Republic of Ireland international Liam Brady and Gary Strodder. This afternoon's official in front of a full house crowd here at Elland Road of 32,000 is Ken Redfern from Wickley Bay. And that first touch for Mikloško provided by George Paris, and you'll note that although Paris is wearing number 4, he's immediately slotted into the right back position. And you'll also note that number 2, Stuart Slater, who is in fact West Ham United's leading scorer with 11 goals, has taken up a position wide on the left up front. First throw of the match will go to Leeds United, and how nice it is to see Glyn Snowden back in action. He's gone through a really tough period, Snowden, suffering from glandular fever, which leaves him very, very tired after games and indeed after training, but hopefully that's behind him now and he's back in action. A testing ball from Haddock, and Chapman unable to find the room to turn onto that one, and that was a slightly nervous looking back pass there from Colin Foster. Paris with the header forward. Jimmy Quinn. That's a great little header into space. Ian Bishop going forward. West Ham still building. Jimmy Quinn slips the tackle, gets the shot in. And although Mervyn Day had it well covered, it wasn't too far away from that left upright. So West Ham certainly getting the first points on the board in terms of psychological advantage. A simple looking move, built nice and slowly. And once Jimmy Quinn had slipped the tackle, he was able to rattle in the left-footed shot, which Mervyn Day watched past harmlessly wide. Chapman beaten in the air. The crowd really an excellent voice for the start of this game. Just about 32,000 of them inside here, and one that I'm sure everyone's been looking forward to. West Ham still got a great tradition and reputation for producing fine football wherever they play, and there was some fine football from Chris Fairclough. Mervyn Day gives the ball away. Paris got a little bit of room to work on the far side. Good tackle from Snowden. George Paris, like Leeds United's Vinnie Jones, very much the long throw expert. Got plenty of men up in support. Slater on the edge of the 6-yard box. Will the header get to him? And it's eventually cleared by Speed. Athletic work and acrobatic work from Chapman. Good ball from Henry and well laid off by Chapman. Lovely switch of direction by Sterland. Unfortunately, it was between Speed and Strachan and gives Paris plenty of time to effect the clearance. Vinnie Jones, of course, the man who grabbed the winner at Upton Park when the two teams met on October the 7th. Chapman up a little early for that one. I suspect that referee Ken Redfern has in fact given the free kick against Mel Sterland. Tommy McQueen, one of 4 players transfer listed this week by manager Billy Bonds. Just a month in the job, Bonds, already making early decisions. Came, of course, from the West Ham coaching staff and has recently completed 23 years with the club since joining them from Charlton Athletic. West Ham United today lacking 2 first-choice defenders in Alvin Martin and Julian Dix, both suspended, as are, of course, David Batty and Chris Kamara of Leeds United. Sterland, a speculative ball forward. Vinnie Jones. Berardi on the right in space. Got support. Looks to get the cross in early. Paris, the flying header away. United stay on the attack. Unfortunately, a misplaced pass from Sterland. United, of course, still lacking Bobby Davison with 10 goals. Andy Williams and Mike Wicklow, they're all injured, although Davison and Williams on the way back. And West Ham lacking Stuart Robson, absent with flu, and McAvenny and Rosinia, 2 strikers who are both out injured. McAvenny, of course, a broken leg victim in the very first game of the season. Jones did well, lovely ball inside the back. 2 Scotsmen clashing there, and the referee gives the free kick against John Hendry. Interesting to see the Czechoslovakian goalkeeper, Mikloško, electing to wear tracksuit bottoms today. I think he will be as surprised, perhaps, as the rest of us by this spring-like weather here at Elland Road. It really is a super day. But Mikloško, perhaps with memories of his native Czechoslovakia, feeling that if it's March, it must be tracksuit bottoms. Mervyn Day, for the first time this afternoon, out of his box. Cup winner, of course, with West Ham in 1975, the club where he began his career, and a great ball forward, and Foster has to come across to concede the throw. Leeds' best attacking position so far. Chapman, with the sun in his eyes, as indeed will goalkeeper Mikloško have, is up on the near stick. Jones perhaps will find him this time. Keeper in 2 minds. Chapman under the ball, beaten in the air. Hammered away by Martin Allen. Snowden this time beaten in the air by Trevor Morley. Kevin Keane. Bishop. Does well. Gordon Strachan does well for Leeds too. The little skipper goes on. He's inside the box. Is that a penalty? I think the offence will have been judged to occur just outside. But there was no question that Martin Allen wasn't going to let Strachan go on, and Allen now in a pushing match with Vinnie Jones. Very unsavoury. So Allen finding himself in trouble. Billy Bonds said he would fine any of his players who were booked. And there's barely 5 minutes on the clock, and Martin Allen's going into that book. Skipper Tony Gale is across. Vinnie Jones is also being called in. Strachan still on the turf. Jones being sent to wait in the corner. And Martin Allen going to be booked for that trip on Strachan, and quite right too. There was no need for it in the early stages. Strachan had robbed him of the ball and was going on, and would certainly have, in another stride, have been inside the box. Yellow card. Will Jones get one? Perhaps a ticking off will suffice. Ken Redfern having a long chat with Vinnie Jones. He's been a model of good behaviour this season, and it would have been a shame for him to find his name into the notebook just by merely having a word with Martin Allen, who's certainly one of the game's fiery characters. You can't help but think this free kick is poor reward for Leeds' attacking position, especially as it comes to nothing. So Martin Allen gets a booking, and West Ham survive and get the end product they wanted, which is to see themselves sweeping back onto the attack. Jimmy Quinn. Got Slater on the outside. Bishop. Haddock saw that very early. Not a good clearance. Hendry battling away, and he does well. Chapman. Good ball for Berardi into space. Berardi can have a run at Tony Gale. Can he get inside the box? Yes, he can. Wastes the opportunity. You can't help but feel that the hard work was all done there when Berardi elected to shoot. Leeds had plenty of support. They had Chapman, Strachan and Speed all waiting for the square cut ball. And Berardi wasting the opportunity, knocking it wide of the near post. Vinnie Jones, Chapman, Strachan. Nobody on the overlap, although Snowden's making ground, but not at a quick enough rate, and Leeds concede the throw. Good work by Berardi eventually. The West Ham fans on that far side of the field giving Paris plenty of support. Good leap by Haddock. Should be a Leeds throw. In fact, the referee says it came off Jones. Can't understand what the linesman was flagging for. You can't be offside from a throw-in. Perhaps there was a little bit of pushing. Signals between the officials, and West Ham will take the throw again. Well, I'm sure the linesman knows the laws of the game. No offside from the throw-in, so it must have been for a push. Overruled by Redfern. West Ham get the throw. Slight breakdown in communications there between the officials. Very rarely you see them come on the field in soccer, the linesmen. Of course, in rugby league, the touch judges quite at liberty to get involved and point out things to the referee. That's a snap effort there by Kevin Keane, and Mervyn Day had it covered. So 2 efforts on goal so far from West Ham United. Still the scoreline 0-0. Mervyn Day having a word with Chris Fairclough. A reminder that Leeds United on the bench have Carl Shutt, 2 league goals and 2 in the ZD Cup. Got those 2 at Stoke, and they also have Dylan Kerr. Jones the header on. Foster away. Nice little touch from Strachan. Speed, Strachan, lovely triangle. Snowden in space. This is more like it. Chapman peels away to the far post. He'll win the header. Couldn't quite direct it. Berardi, a handball. Well, there were all sorts of appeals there. Offside, handball. Referee says play on. Nice move by United. Built from midfield. Lovely triangle. Snowden with the cross, and Chapman's header not quite directed. It's a tremendous kick from Mikloshko. He just requires a touch back to find Mervyn Day. Nothing much in the way of a breeze today. Sure, the players will be grateful for the lack of that. Speed. Difficult to control. And West Ham once again get the free kick. Seem to have won a crop of free kicks early in this game, the Hammers. Nice to see them, by the way, in their traditional claret and blue strip. Far too many teams nowadays changing and coming out in an away strip. But West Ham, of course, in their traditional claret and blue. Gale with the free kick. The header on by Quinn. Problems for Mervyn Day. The ball is loose, and was Day fouled? He was. Well, Morley was in very quickly, but the free kick had already been given. Don't think Ken Redfern had much in the way of choice there. United will certainly have been heartened by that win at Oxford last week, their first in 5 league games. They are, of course, still top of the table, 3 points clear, but the Blades have 2 games in hand. It's going to be very tight, and this season going to go right to the wire, I think. And West Ham United in 9th place. They won, of course, at Watford in midweek with a goal from Trevor Morley. They've moved into contention for a playoff place. Fairclough badly beaten in the air. United just struggling to get this one away. Good header by Hendry. Nice control by Berardi, and good footwork too. And Leeds get the free kick. Well, Ken Redfern was blowing early there, but took an awful long time to point his arm in the direction of the West Ham goal so that we could figure out exactly who'd got the free kick. Foster on Hendry, Sterland to take. Chapman and Speed are both at the far post. Speed, in fact, way beyond the penalty area. Gale gets it away. Keane gets it on, and West Ham have survived again. Strachan, the little flick through. Tony Gale, of course, leading this West Ham United side in place of suspended skipper Julian Dix. And I can't help but feel with a match like this, and on an afternoon like this, and in front of a crowd like this, being suspended must be the most frustrating of all experiences. David Batty and Chris Kamara are both feeling it. Alvin Martin and Julian Dix are feeling it equally. George Paris with the throw. Nicely played by Chapman. Good footwork for a big man. Strachan switches direction. Hendry a chance to run at the full-back. Got Gary Speed in space behind him. Closes that space down, Hendry, by hanging onto the ball. Lovely cross from John Hendry. That's a real teaser. Just a little bit too near the keeper and the far post eventually, and the ball drifting away dead, but nevertheless Hendry got the opportunity there to take the ball up to the full-back. Didn't actually take it past him, but elected to hit the cross. Ludek Mikloško playing his 6th game for West Ham United this afternoon. Signed from Baník Ostrava, a Czech club side. And those with very, very, very long memories will remember Baník Ostrava coming here in the 50s to play a friendly against Leeds United. That was long before the days of European soccer, and I suspect long before the days of Ludek Mikloško too. Peter Haddock with the free kick for Leeds. Towards John Hendry. Hendry beaten in the air, but not a good header from Jimmy Quinn, and he puts Stuart Slater under a bit of pressure there. Vinnie Jones. Lovely ball from Jones, and Sterland didn't anticipate that. He's just caught on the wrong foot. He was coming back, Sterland. I think even had he been standing still, he would have been able to pick that one out. Looking for Slater. And Haddock has to concede the throw. West Ham working the ball beautifully out of defence there. Bishop was the man who played it. Slater was the chasing player. Bishop again. Sterland the long ball looking for Chapman. Lovely header inside. He was always going to find Varadi with that one. And that was really a hospital pass there for Speed, which Gale accepted gratefully. Well, despite the fact that West Ham had runners there, I don't think it was Martin Allen in a central position who was offside. I think it was Jimmy Quinn, who was stood on the far side, who was offside. So the Hammers have obviously come with a plan to beat the offside trap, with Allen supporting from midfield. Looking for Chapman, wins the header. Speed. Strachan. Lovely little back heel. Chapman, it's a goal! Lee Chapman makes it 1-0. What a lovely move. Terrific stuff from Leeds United. It was as simple as shelling peas. Haddock took the free kick, the long ball forward. It was won first time by Lee Chapman, a good header. Gary Speed, slightly fortunate with the flick. But when Gordon Strachan laid the ball back inside, Lee Chapman just picked his spot and drilled the ball home from 14 yards. That's his 7th goal, this is his 10th game, and he really is turning out to be a bargain buy for Leeds. Leeds building again on the left. Again it's Strachan the architect. Got support inside. I think he fancied a chance himself there of increasing his total from 14 to 15. Well, I thought Morley was turning into Haddock there, but the referee said he was obstructed. So what a great start for Leeds United. Always vitally important to get the first goal in a game like this. Jimmy Quinn, incidentally, has a similar scoring record for the Hammers, 6 in 9 before today. and Chapman has now overtaken him. 7 in 9 and a bit. 20 minutes gone, 1-0 to United. Kevin Keane across to take the corner. Well, that's really got the crowd buzzing, that goal. And what a lovely sweet move it was. There were only 5 passes in the move when it came from the free kick. Chapman was involved twice, and he it was who got the final touch, and what a sweet shot to give United the lead. That's a dangerous looking cross, and Quinn, and well taken there by Mervyn Day. In fact, it was the centre half Colin Foster who was up for that one, and Day catching cleanly under his own crossbar. Berardi should certainly have the pace to skin Paris. Not the fastest player in the game, George Paris, but just managed to make him the first touch on that ball. What a buzz there is around the ground. There's one thing for certain: if West Ham are going to get anything, they'll have to find an answer to Strachan, and they certainly haven't done so far. The lead skipper looks as though he's going to have one of the kind of games that dictates exactly what Leeds United do today. Chapman and Foster. Foster wins the header. Martin Allen, Jimmy Quinn, snowed in for Leeds. Strachan. I think referee Ken Redfern was going to give Chapman the free kick when Foster climbed over the top of him to head that ball away, and then instead elected to play on and give Leeds advantage, which clearly didn't materialise. Vinnie Jones does well. The ball a little bit difficult to control on that far side at the moment, and Haddock electing that Leeds will go back and start all over again with keeper Mervyn Day. Day on his way. Been a good tool in United's armoury this season, that long ball from Mervyn Day. Berardi comfortably beaten by Gale, a much taller man. Haddock. Nice play by Haddock. Lovely triangle again. United certainly getting it right in the early stages of this game. Lovely play from Quinn, and good play too from Fairclough. Chris Fairclough goes on. He's got Henry outside him, the little Scotsman now. Chance to get in the box. Gets the corner. Dead ball, says the referee. Well, the South Stand crowd didn't like it. Players not arguing too much, and certainly not John Hendry. He was the Leeds man nearest. The block tackle can often produce that kind of result, and that's exactly what happened there. Oh, good header from speed. He ran round Martin Allen as if Allen wasn't there. Strachan into space, and nobody in particular going to pick this one up except Paris. Paris really struggling, slow on the turn and lacking in pace. Strachan, the lovely one too. Final pass didn't make its mark, but Leeds are back in possession. Snowden was looking for Chapman, instead finding the back of Martin Allen. That's a bouncy ball. Chapman, well, he turned Colin Foster, and West Ham get the free kick. But that's a good spell of concerted pressure from Leeds United. It's hardly surprising, but they do really look as though they're geared up for this one. Chapman penalised. This will be the second division's biggest crowd of the season here today, and certainly the biggest crowd that Mikloshko has played in front of during his short spell in England. That's a bad kick. Well, for a man 31 times a Czechoslovakian international, he looks very, very nervous, the goalkeeper. A couple of his clearances have been less than good quality. And he was absolutely nowhere when Chapman drilled home the first goal. Gale with the free kick. Looks for Foster. Foster wins the header. United not getting the ball away. It's driven in twice by Martin Allen. And on the second occasion, Day diving away to make the save. That was untidy defensive work by United. West Ham, whenever they get a free kick, push centre-half Colin Foster forward. And that little bit of extra height is causing United problems. Foster is forward again. Poised to make a run. Standing around the penalty spot. Keane with the corner. Skipper Gale also forward. He's inside the goalkeeper's area. Towards Foster, headed away. Little chip back over the top. Stuart Slater. McQueen the chance to cross. Good one too, the header by Quinn. And it's well wide. And Mervyn Day can watch that one go away. Day made an extremely good job of that double effort from Martin Allen. When on the second occasion Allen managed to drill the ball through, it was coming through a crowd of players. And although Day couldn't hang on, he did manage to preserve his goal. Might be feeling under a little bit of pressure, Mervyn Day, at the moment. There's been a lot of paper talk about United moving for Tony Coton. And of course there's an Italian goalkeeper here waiting for clearance to complete trials between now and the end of the season. I'm sure Day will respond. Well, Tony Gale certainly didn't respond. There wasn't much of a challenge there from Berardi, and Gale, who I suspect didn't pick up the signal from his keeper. The keeper really wasn't supporting close enough to Gale, and I think the West Ham skipper not wanting to take any chances there, and he'll be hoping that Ludek Mikloško, who Ray Stewart, by the way, tells me speaks very little English, will learn some very quickly. Strachan with the corner. Lovely header on by Chapman. Berardi, what a spectacular effort that would have been. Well, Emre Berardi going very close indeed after Lee Chapman had flicked the header on. Chapman did well to win the ball at the near post, and Berardi on the edge of the goalkeeper area, but putting his overhead kick over the bar. One or two big names here today, by the way, watching this one. I've seen Jackie Charlton here, the Republic of Ireland manager, and Lou Macari, the former West Ham United manager, also here watching the game. Well, George Paris once again wants an awful lot of time on the ball. Certainly fancied his chances of taking that one round Snowden. Strachan with the throw, leaves it to Jones. Looks the weak link in defence, does Paris, and has been known to make the occasional reckless tackle. If United can get a run at him inside the box, who knows? Looks for Fairclough, instead finds Speed the glancing header, and that was a good clearance by McQueen. John Hendry was very close to winning that ball. Sterland. Eventually leaves it to Vinnie Jones. "27 minutes gone, United lead by a goal to nil. Header away by Morley. Slater does well, but Haddock came across. Good work by Peter Haddock, and he doesn't get the throw. My word, he certainly asked for it. What a brave challenge by Haddock. That really was muck or nettles, and in he went. Jimmy Quinn, to nobody in particular. Poor header from the Northern Ireland international. Had plenty of support around him and gave the ball away. Another good ball forward. Colin Foster wins this one. And for the second time in the match, Mel Sterland miscues on the volley. And West Ham will get the throw. Morley. Slater. Good work again by Haddock. Reads the game so very, very well, Peter Haddock. Once again, centre-half Colin Foster has pushed up. Haddock wins the header. That should be dead ball, off the boot of Bishop, and it is. Well, West Ham certainly using centre-half Colin Foster, who cost them £750,000 when they bought him from Nottingham Forest in a dual role today. He supports just about every attack that he can do. And of course, got the job of looking after Lee Chapman as well when United sweep forward. Going to have a busy afternoon. Foster again, looking this time for Morley. Fairclough's got the legs, and Leeds will get the throw. Well played, Chris Fairclough. He was across very, very quickly. One of the speediest defenders in the game, Fairclough. Foster up again. This time Leeds get the free kick. And Ken Redfern gets an ironic round of applause from the crowd. I don't think there were too many doubts about that one. Sterling just waiting for that little bit of movement in front. Chapman, this time Gale beats him in the air. Nice control by Kevin Keane, and that lets him down then, but he gets away with it. Slightly fortunate, caught Speed on the wrong foot. Good work from Keane. Lovely ball inside the back. Trevor Morley got Jimmy Quinn on the far post. Steps inside the defender. Good cross, Keane the header. And it drifts harmlessly wide, and that was a good move from West Ham United. They've certainly put some good stuff together so far this afternoon. But so far United have been equal to it. Just half an hour gone. That Lee Chapman goal separating the sides. Good header from Chapman, couldn't direct it but won it well. Bishop. And that's put Parish under pressure because Strachan's across. And almost for the first time this afternoon, poor control, I think, from Gordon Strachan. I think he thought that George Parish was going to attack the ball and him very quickly. Otherwise, I think he would have controlled before knocking it on. Tony Gale. Well, all the West Ham defenders feel that they've got a lot of football in them. They all want to play the ball about a bit in their own third. And that's just the kind of play against a side in Leeds United who'll get in very, very quickly. That could cost them. Paris again slow to the ball. Strachan wasn't. Nice header inside from Keane. Morley looking for Quinn, and Sterland intercepting. Out of earshot, coach Mick Hennigan is urging the Leeds team forward. He obviously feels West Ham are there for the taking. There's at least another goal to be had before the half-time interval. Bishop, Keane. Slater's free on the left. Sterland read the situation, and Leeds are back in possession. Mighty leap from Foster. The crowd didn't like it. Referee says play on. Keane moving in the wrong direction. Eventually out of trouble. Nice play by Snowden. Fairclough got a little bit of room now. Doesn't always suit defenders, but he finds his man with a lovely long ball. This time Leeds get the free kick. And there's a good battle developing between Lee Chapman and Colin Foster. And you'd have to say at the moment Lee Chapman is well ahead on points. Strachan tries the shot, too high. He was a long way out, Gordon Strachan. An angled 28, 30 yards. And you usually find with the overseas keepers, they're very good at shot saving from a distance. But McCloskey didn't have to move to that one. Good leap from Quinn, but only as far as Snowden. Verardi. Gale was across well. Like to see Gary Speed getting involved a little bit more in this game, although he was of course involved in the build-up to the goal. Speed playing his second full game of the season, the first time he started a match at Elland Road. Jones with the throw. Foster up again. He's jumping very early as Foster. Strachan. Snowden. In fact, it's Vinnie Jones. Good cross. And Jimmy Quinn had to get back to knock that one away. That was a very good cross from Vinnie Jones. He was looking for Fairclough and he wasn't too far away. What a smashing game this has been so far. Jones the throw. And the goalkeeper this time battling his way around Lee Chapman, and again the crowd asking for a foul on the striker. And that was good play by Glyn Snowden. Had very little first team football for a long time now, Snowden. But not being fooled by Morley's little shuffle there. Now this is interesting. Chapman again standing on the keeper. This time he's equal to it and gets a very good clearance in. Speed wins the header. Chapman's offside. The referee says play on. And Haddock having to battle hard there to win that one. George Paris with the throw. Good header by Haddock. Speed, Strachan. Well, there's nobody in the space that he's aiming for, but at least it relieves the pressure. Speed again. Again Paris struggling. And this time tidies up his own mistake. He's having a pretty wretched afternoon so far, the West Ham right back. Jimmy Quinn did well. And Sterland almost finishing up in the crowd, or he looked as though he was going to do. That was a hefty challenge from Stuart Slater. May well be a little bit of animosity between the two. I noticed the papers this week were talking about needle between the two teams. Well, apart from that early incident when Martin Allen was booked for a foul on Strachan and Vinnie Jones was spoken to, it hasn't surfaced so far. Again, a nice touch from Strachan. Chapman. Strachan again. Jones is peeling free. Strachan just couldn't see him and instead looked to change direction, trying to get Verardi away on the near post, whereas Jones was in fact moving free towards the far post. The thinking behind it was good, the execution not quite so. 9 minutes to go to half-time. Well, Bishop had a lot of space and time to control that one and set Keane on his way. Looking for Morley. Morley's in space, and Morley, a great shot and a great save by Mervyn Day. A super save by the Leeds keeper. Again, a very simple move from West Ham United, and they opened up United's back four there just like a can of peas. Good save from Mervyn Day. That would have been Morley's third goal since he signed from Manchester City. But thanks to Mervyn Day, Leeds United still ahead. Verardi, Chapman, Strachan. Strachan was looking early there. Hendry's now making the ground. Strachan holding on instead. He's got Jones as well. Short ball to Verardi. Jones is free outside. Vinnie Jones. John Hendry. Strachan. United will have to be patient in the build-up. Chapman on the far post. It's meant for Chapman and it was just too long. Paris was the nearest West Ham player and he was struggling to turn, but eventually both he and Chapman beaten by the little bit of extra pace on the ball. That's just what's required against a side like West Ham, who funnel back in defence. A player with the ability of Gordon Strachan to play the defence-splitting pass. Strachan again. Looking for Hendry. Well, he would certainly have found him had McQueen been between the two and stuck out the boot. Vinnie Jones. And McQueen does well, keeps the ball in, and this time the keeper was off his line early, Miklosko, and the call was good. Almost like a continental match, Varadi and Miklosko. Varadi, of course, of Hungarian extraction, but London-born. Nice control by Morley, came off the man and found time to turn. Fairclough is across. George Paris taking his time with the throw. The header away by Chapman. Kevin Keane. Well, nearly a good ball, but Quinn couldn't direct the header on. Fairclough electing for safety first, and quite rightly too in that situation. West Ham, just for a moment there, had 2 against 2. Tommy McQueen with the throw. Ball over the top, and Mervyn Day watching that one all the way. Gary Speed making ground at a good rate of knots on the far side. Took any would-be tacklers away from Strachan, left the skipper in space. Nice little ball inside. Chapman's control not quite so good this time, but he battles back. Chapman goes on. Gary Speed, chance to cross, got Varadi free. Gale hooks it away. Martin Allen hooks it on. And Quinn gives it away. Bishop got Slater free on the left and gives the ball away. What a terrible pass from Bishop. Sterland now on the rampage. Strachan. Little 1-2. Strachan again, a lovely ball. Chapman, 2-0. What a great goal. 2-0. Well, they needed another one before half-time, and they've got one. And how simple it was. The move built down the right-hand side, and when Gordon Strachan played the 1-2 with Varadi on the edge of the box, he had bags of time to pick Lee Chapman out on the edge of the 6-yard box, and Lee Chapman doesn't miss them from there. And that's just what United needed. And I suspect, by the way, I thought I saw 1 or 2 West Ham heads going down just a couple of minutes before that. They gave the ball away in the midfield area. And quite frankly, they weren't working too hard to get it back. And it was really no surprise when Leeds United scored their second from that kind of situation. 4 minutes to the break, 2-0 to Leeds. Time for another before half-time. Gary Speed, battling hard. And Leeds barely looking like the team that struggled to put 2 passes together against Port Vale about 10 days ago. Chapman again, comes away from a group of players. He'll try one, and he does. And that was a bouncing ball, and it was well taken by Miklosko. Well, Chapman missed his hat-trick at Oxford last week. That last-minute penalty, the subject of much chattering this week. It was even brought up at Leeds United's AGM. But he's well on course to get a hat-trick this time. Chapman now got 8 goals in 9.5 games. That's a good return. I remember when Don Revie bought Alan Peacock, his return was good too. And that took Leeds United out of the second and into the first. Chapman, like Peacock, equally strong in the air. And I think better on the deck. Foster. Martin Allen. Quinn. Bishop. Offside. Play on, says referee Ken Redfern. Good decision. Berardi. Paris for West Ham. Haddock across. Kevin Keane in space, and he drives one, and again a difficult ball for the keeper, bouncing right in front of Mervyn Day, and he got the whole of his body behind it. He's furious with his defenders, Day. West Ham have had one or two pot shots in this game, but apart from the one that Day saved from Morley when he was inside the box, the others have come from beyond the 18-yard area. We're inside the final minutes of the first half. 2-0 to Leeds United. They're well in command. Foster wins the header again. Keane spreads the ball wide. Paris into space. Haddock's there. Wanting a lot of time, Peter Haddock, but eventually doing the right thing. The half-time whistle. And not surprisingly, the ground rising to Leeds United. Their attacking play in this first half has been absolutely delightful. They've given us one or two scares at the back. Mervyn Day having to get down to save from Martin Allen, and also having to get down to save from Trevor Morley. But when United move forward, they look lethal. Lee Chapman swept home the ball for the first goal on 18 minutes and put a sweet header away 4 minutes from the break to make the half-time score. Leeds United 2, West Ham United 0. In the second 45, which is about to get underway, neither manager has made a substitution at half-time, so a reminder, United have Carl Schutt and Dylan Kerr on the bench, and West Ham have Liam Brady and Gary Strodder. Keane, the first telling ball of the match, or the second half rather, easily intercepted by Fairclough. There's a break on here, Jimmy Quinn free on the far side, not offside. Morley, and that's good work by Glyn Snowdin. He can't have seen too much of that ball, Snowdin. Morley was between him and the ball, and the little fullback dived in and won the challenge. Of course, one of the criticisms that's been levelled at West Ham United's so-called academy over the years is that whilst they play a lot of football, they sometimes lack that little bit of determination. And perhaps that was highlighted there. That was the difference really between Glyn Snowdin and Trevor Morley. Good header by Chapman, did well to win that one. Strachan. Sterling forward, looking again for Chapman. Foster's across. Oh, lovely ball from Hendry. Chapman's offside. It won't count. The linesman, by the way, is not in your picture. He is on this near touch line. And the flag went straight up, but it was a nice combination play between Chapman and John Hendry. And Berardi this time clashing with Miklosko. Well, there's never any doubt that referee Ken Redfern was going to disallow that one. But Leeds certainly can't be doing much for the nerve of this Czechoslovakian keeper. One or two bad clearances in the first half, and they've obviously decided they're going to play on him wherever possible. And he is, of course, in this second period of play, right in front of the Kop, the most vociferous section of the fans. And they'll let him know if he makes a mistake. So the West Ham manager, Billy Bonds, this is the first real test for his management. Just 4 weeks in the job. Record number of appearances for the club, an MBE to his name, and only the 7th man to be manager of West Ham United in the history of the club. Jones trying to change direction, and Verratti did well to collect the ball. Speed was being pushed in the back, and Leeds will have the free kick. Strachan quickly for Gary Speed. He's a good crosser, Gary Speed. Well, the ball hit the defender, and West Ham escape. I think Speed was perhaps looking for Lee Chapman on the near post with that cross. Kevin Keane forward, got a lot of space. Jones cuts it down. Again, West Ham prepared to take chances at the back. Certainly wouldn't rate Colin Foster as a dribbler of the ball. And the big man's forward again. And plays the ball forward in the direction of Morley. Exactly as you would expect a centre-half to do. And a clip there from Morley for Day, and he got one back in return. Well, I would have given Trevor Morley none out of 10 for his initial challenge on Mervyn Day, and 10 out of 10 for the way he reacted when Day clipped him on the back of the ear. Some strikers would have gone down in a heat and been looking for a penalty, incensed the crowd and upset everybody. And Chris Fairclough, a man who rarely has much to say, being spoken to now by the referee. Surprised Ken Redfern could hear him in the din out in the middle, because he's such a quietly spoken boy. I suspect that Ken Redfern must have found this game far easier to referee so far than he anticipated it might be. It had the makings of a very tough clash indeed. And this time Leeds get the free kick. Strachan, who'd forgotten his skipper's armband, being reminded there by Alan Sutton that he's got to wear it, so he slips it on his left sleeve. Haddock. And Speed unable to judge the bounce on that ball. It was a difficult one for him to take. Chapman's cutting off the route back to the keeper. Harris goes up the line. Slater. Snowden. Nice clearance. Oh, Chapman did awfully well, and so did Speed. And Foster handled and stopped the move. Jones again with the quick free kick. Gary Speed again the runner. Harris does well this time. And then again takes far too long with the clearance, and Chapman cuts him off. Leeds United really are fighting for every ball here this afternoon. We're on the home run now if promotion is to be gained. And the players obviously very well aware of that, and they've put a lot of steel and an extra bit of determination into their play today. Kevin Keane. Sterling fouled him. Keane again. Jimmy Quinn. Martin Allen. Chance for McQueen to hit the far post. Here's Quinn, he'll score. He's missed it, and Morley hasn't. Morley scored, but he must have been offside, Morley. Well, he certainly looked in an offside position, did Morley. But the goal's allowed, and West Ham are back in it. And more than once this season, Leeds United have surrendered a 2-goal lead, and let's hope this isn't going to be one of those occasions. Morley, his 3rd goal for West Ham, his 2nd of the week. And with 6 minutes of the second half gone, it's Leeds United 2, West Ham United 1. There wasn't a marker within a mile of Jimmy Quinn when he got the header at the far stick. I think he was trying to direct it goalward, and as it was, Trevor Morley got on the end of it and made absolutely certain. So Leeds United got it all to do again, as most pro footballers will tell you. 2-1 is a very tenuous lead indeed. But certainly if the first half's anything to go by, they've got the measure of this West Ham side. And really their domination needs rubber stamping with at least another goal. Foster misses completely. Berardi. Well, made a little bit of room for himself, got the cross in again. Foster didn't make a clean clearance. Difficult spinning ball for Peter Haddock. I think he was looking for Sterland over the top. Vinnie Jones. Allen pumps it away. George Paris. Poor ball from Paris. Fairclough intercepts. Again Chapman and Foster tangle. Speed, a lovely ball forward to Strachan. Strachan was looking really to set Hendry away first time. Good support play by Sterland. Eventually the ball to Hendry and he's offside. I'm afraid Leeds took just a little bit too long to thread that ball out to John Hendry. Well, that goal will certainly have given West Ham fresh heart. Well, that looked like 6 and 2 threes there, with Morley backing in, Haddock holding him off. But West Ham get the free kick. Slater, Paris on the overlap. Haddock, a swirling ball booted away into touch. Martin Allen, Stuart Slater. Again, good work by Speed. Chapman can only hook the ball into space. A little bit of pressure here from West Ham. And Quinn jumping into his man. I think he was always going to do that when the ball beat him in the air. Hendry didn't connect. Haddock this time being turned by Morley, and Leeds get the free kick. Leeds could do with a man wide left here. Fairclough moving out, but not far enough. They've got to go right or central. Decide to go right. Chapman, good header inside. Paris completes the clearance. Nice control by Snowden. Morley was on him very quickly and fouling him. Valuable member of this squad, Glyn Snowden. It's nice when you consider that United have used at least 4 left-backs this season. They began with Beglin, who's also had another run in the team. Whitlow was well established. And now they can call on a man of the quality of Glyn Snowden to come into the side. Has Chapman been leaned on there? No, said the referee. And Paris wasn't quite sure. Again, a breakdown in communication between defender and keeper, whether to control the ball and help it back, or whether to let it run. Chapman and Foster again. Foster wins the header. Snowden in quickly. Paris. Martin Allen up the line. Slater. Nice control by Stuart Slater. Kevin Keane. Little chip over the top. Well played, Fairclough. Judged that beautifully. The West Ham fans asking for the free kick. I'm afraid it was Slater who was running into Fairclough and not the other way around. Sterling steps inside the man. Strachan on the left, finds him too. Good ball. Harris in much more determined fashion this time. And was Strachan holding him down? Well, it can't have been with body weight that he held him down, because I would guess Paris outweighs him by a couple of stone at least. But West Ham have the free kick. Tony Gale forward, and he finds Morley on the edge of the box too. Morley, the shooting chance, well covered by Day. There was not much power behind the shot, but the direction was right. And Mervyn Day had come right to the edge of the 6-yard box and collected that one with consummate ease. It's the kind of experience you cannot buy in goalkeepers. They have to learn about things like that. Morley again. Lucky to get away with that, stood on the ball. Paris the runner. And well stopped by Glyn Snowden. A beautifully timed tackle by Snowden. Well, Peter Haddock wanted a lot of time to play that ball forward. United will have to guard against untidiness at this stage of the game. 13 minutes into the second half. Good header again by Chapman, not directed. Chapman again, nice control on the knee, but Foster was in very quickly. If you think, by the way, that Glyn Snowden's looking as though he's just taken a West Indian holiday, he is in fact, as part of his treatment against glandular fever, having regular sessions on a sunbed. Gary Speed, again the crowd asking for the foul. Foster's obviously elected to jump very early against Lee Chapman. Lovely back flick from Chapman. Vinnie Jones, loud appeal for a penalty, turned down. Just going back to the Foster-Chapman affair. Foster's obviously elected, despite the fact that he's a couple of inches taller than Chapman, to jump very, very early against his former Notts Forest colleague, and it seems to be working for him. Although, of course, Chapman's got himself 2 lovely goals, and on neither occasion was Foster in evidence. This time Foster slips. Chapman, he's got support in the middle. Chapman still going. Goalkeeper with his feet, Verardi. Tony Gale saves West Ham, and McQueen completes the clearance, and that's the nearest United have been in this second half. Again the ball given away. Vinnie Jones battling hard, and he was being fouled by Ian Bishop. Well, there we see the non-benefit of taking free kicks quickly. Jones really should have walked away from the ball. Jones again. A fly kick. Gale the header. Sterland and Hendry. John Hendry. Well, he was looking to get the ball inside McQueen and couldn't do so, but again West Ham give it away. They've given an awful lot of ball away coming out of defence, West Ham. And Leeds United, of course, have got the lead. And no need to take any chances, as Glyn Snowden fully appreciates. This time Chapman comes off the defender, but he can't find Verardi. Stuart Slater, West Ham's leading scorer. We haven't seen too much of him. He's operated on the flanks. He was down the left in the first half, and now he's switched to the right. Lovely flick by Morley. Fairclough up in the air. Jones battles hard and does well to win that ball. Speed. Snowden. Well, he was off balance, Glyn Snowden. And now it's Leeds United's turn to backpedal and do a bit of defending. Martin Allen, and aggrieved at something and told to calm down by the referee. George Parris will take the throw instead. Stuart Slater, chance to cross. Chance to shoot perhaps now. Good challenge by Speed. Some very good work on defence as Gary Speed. And the offside flag beating West Ham on this occasion, although Fairclough had stayed back just a little. Well, the attendance just been announced in the background, the biggest for many a long year at Elland Road, the biggest in the second division this season at 32,536, and what a testament that is to Leeds United's drawing power. They've got 28 minutes of action left in this game here. And the scoreline, remember, of course, is Leeds United 2, West Ham United 1. Been plenty of entertainment so far, and probably plenty still to come. Strachan. Well, Paris read that very well indeed. Having a much better second half, the full-back. Mervyn Day on the fly. And once again, there's a clash. This time it's Kevin Keane who goes through on Mervyn Day. And rather surprisingly, referee Redfern telling the keeper to get to his feet. Might be a better policy of the referee to ask him if he's injured first. Mervyn Day certainly hasn't got a record of being a player who feigns injury. Chris Fairclough. This time Foster certainly looked to be fouling his man, but John Hendry goes on. Inside the box, Hendry. Verardi. He tried to lay it back for speed, and Gale hooked it away. Snowden back again. Offside. Both Leeds United subs warming up, out of picture, but I can't think that Howard Wilkinson will make a change with his team still in front. Well played, Sterland. West Ham have also got men warming up. The legendary Liam Brady and Gary Strodder. And one wonders if Billy Bonds might feel within the next 10 minutes or so that it's time to introduce Brady. Good play by Gary Speed, on goes the youngster, the shooting chance. Just blocked by Gale. In comes the chip. Strachan makes it 3. Fully deserved. What a lovely goal by Gordon Strachan. That's his 15th of the season. And there was never much doubt about that one once John Hendry got the ball in. But what a lovely piece of play it was by Gary Speed to set up the opening. Speed was blocked by a block tackle. But when the ball broke out to John Hendry and the cross came in, Gordon Strachan was there unmarked to stroke the ball home at the far post and give United that little bit of breathing space. 65 minutes gone, it's 3-1. And that's brought the crowd to life. They're singing now. Strachan's 15th of the season. He's far and away Leeds United's leading scorer. And again the build-up was good and precise. And again Leeds had the thinking footballer free at the far post. And Gordon Strachan makes no mistake from inside the 6-yard box. Oh, lovely play by Strachan. And Jones. Chapman's free. Oh, lovely play by Chapman. Strachan over the top. What a glorious piece of play by Leeds United. And those are perhaps the signs, more than the goals that he's scoring, that Lee Chapman's settling into the side. This, remember, only his 10th outing with the first team. And my word, how he played that little 1-2 with Gordon Strachan to set the Leeds skipper up with the shooting opportunity. West Ham were appealing for offside, but in any event, Strachan drove the ball over the bar. Jimmy Quinn spreads the play wide. Stuart Slater for West Ham. Morley again makes himself a shooting chance, but this time misses the target. He's very adept, Trevor Morley, at turning off the defender and getting the shot in. Very much a left-footed player. And this time he was wide of the target. So 3-1. And that a much more fair reflection of the dominance Leeds United have had on this game. Clint Snowden tidies up. George Paris, the man in front of him's offside, and in any event Speed does some excellent work, and again the flick. Chapman to Strachan, and Berardi's offside. Oh, that was a great shame. That was a lovely move building here. And again we saw the little 1-2 between Chapman and Strachan. And here's Liam Brady about to join the fray. And I can't help but feel that Billy Bonds has left it just 10 minutes too late. George Parris, the man who's coming off. West Ham will have to wait to take the free kick. George Parris is coming off. Rather strange that they would take him off when he's having a good second half, Parris. But they've got to get Brady in there. And they've also got to work out who's going to play at right back. Could well be Martin Allen. Gale with the free kick. Allen the header. Well taken by Berardi. A little stroke of fortune, but he deserved it. Well, I can't help but feel that was Kevin Keane falling over Vinnie Jones. Brady with the free kick, and Brady again. Tommy McQueen finds Keane in space. Poor cross from Keane, but had to scramble across to get there first before Trevor Morley. Ooh, that's a lovely cross, and it's an own goal from Lee Chapman. So Chapman's got a hat-trick of the wrong sort. Oh dear, 3 goals to 2 now. Quite remarkable. When that cross was swung in, it was the head of Lee Chapman that connected, and he directed it goalward. The ball eluding everyone else, and Lee Chapman got a very clean header on it and left Mervyn Day sprawling away to his left. 3 goals to 2. 21 minutes to go. So Lee Chapman scoring 3 times in a first time in a game in Leeds United colours, but one of them going certainly at the wrong end, not where it was wanted at all. Gordon Strachan, little chip over the top. So once again the game, which should have been comfortably won by Leeds by now, is very, very tight. That all came, by the way, from a free kick awarded against Vinnie Jones in the centre circle. That one can't help but feel was a very harsh decision by referee Ken Redfern. Leeds were all at 6s and 7s when the cross came in, and suddenly the scoreline's 3-2. Fairclough beaten in the air. Vinnie Jones. John Hendry not really getting a connect on that one, and Kevin Keane breaks clear for West Ham. The Hammers will certainly feel they're back in it now at 3-2. And Morley holding Haddock back, and has a kick at him as well. Certainly putting himself about is Trevor Morley, not always in a legal fashion. John Hendry looking for Chapman. It's beaten Foster, the centre half, struggling, and gets away with it. Tommy McQueen looks for Morley. Fairclough wins the header. Good header by Jimmy Quinn, and it's a good job that one went to Fairclough and not to Bishop. I think United will want to slow this game down just a little bit at the moment. Give themselves a chance to re-establish their rhythm. John Hendry round the outside, and he's brought down. Well, that ball certainly wasn't going to run dead, but Hendry was never going to get back to his feet, and I think Ken Redfern in any event had given the free kick immediately. Gordon Strachan issuing a few orders before he goes across to take the free kick. And referee Redfern making sure West Ham are 10 yards away. In it swings. Well, Foster won the header, so Leeds will have the corner. And again they find themselves in a position of needing to score another goal for a little bit of breathing space. West Ham's contribution to this game has only been spasmodic, but they're well in it at 3-2. Fairclough's up for this one. The ball driven hard towards Hendry. Came off speed eventually. Stuart Slater breaking on the far side. He's gone round Glyn Snowden. Still going, Stuart Slater. What a great run by the West Ham man. Still going, and now he's inside the box. And Haddock cuts off the cross. Well, even Gary Speed, who got back very quickly there, couldn't prevent Stuart Slater going on. That was a super run by the West Ham man. Made fully 60-70 yards in that run. And once again, it's Leeds United who have to do the defending. Keane across to take the corner. Foster's up on the penalty spot. Gale's inside the goalkeeper's area. Berardi with the header out. John Hendry. Strachan beaten by Allen. Haddock isn't. Hoofs the ball away. Liam Brady. Good header by Haddock. Speed will have to work hard to win this one. Brady battling there. Jimmy Quinn. Quinn does well eventually to Brady. Brady gives the ball away. Vinnie Jones. I think he wanted Strachan to run, but Strachan hasn't got that sort of pace, and not many people have. Speed. Berardi's offside. Foster heads away. Play on, says the referee, and Gary Speed again. Sterling forward. John Hendry. Sterling, chance to cross, got Chapman inside. A little ball for Hendry. Good ball for Berardi, and Bishop was in first. And that's more like it. And Leeds United about to make a substitution. And Berardi's the man who's coming off, and Carl Schutt is the man who will come on. They'll have to wait. Sterling. Hard and low, header away by McQueen. Vinnie Jones inside the full-back. Sterling, a great cross from Sterling. Handball, was it? The ball's loose. Well, Foster's header looked to hit a colleague on the arm. Play on. Strachan. The ball charged down. West Ham break. Slater. Got plenty of support. Gives the ball away. Vinnie Jones forward. Berardi, that could well be his last touch. He's about to be replaced. Referee won't stop it until the ball goes out of play. Carl Schutt hasn't played since the FA Cup defeat here by Ipswich Town on the 6th of January. But already has registered 4 goals, and perhaps just the right man to bring into a situation like this. Player who can snap up a goal. And Howard Wilkinson obviously feels he needs a fresh pair of legs up front. "15 minutes to go. 3 goals to 2. What a thriller." Hendry competing well in the air. Vinnie Jones. Berardi. Beaten this time. Hooked away by Bishop. Glyn Snowden. Got plenty of players in front of him, Snowden. Strachan's free. Policed by Brady. Speed. Chance to get the cross in. Keeper drops it. Was he fouled? No, says the referee. Play on. Didn't come for that too convincingly, the keeper. He looked to be on the way down when he actually caught the ball. Haddock and Morley again. Leeds still trying to make a substitution. Remarkably, the ball staying in play. Now they can make it because the free kick has been awarded by referee Ken Redfern. So on comes Carl Schutt. He's got 14 minutes to make an impact. And it looks like one of the West Ham men's taken a knock. Could well be an eye injury. Haven't seen too much of either of the Sponge men on the field this afternoon, and that's always a good sign. Taking a knock in the mouth. Ian Bishop. 2 big money moves in his career already, from Bournemouth to Man City and from Man City to West Ham United. Tony Gale with the free kick. A yard inside the Leeds half of the field. Chapman wins it, gets it the right direction this time. First touch for Schutt. Nice touch too. Strachan was looking initially to switch play, but Snowden gave him the extra man on the left. Speed now running wide. Snowden finds him. Chapman on the far post, and Speed doesn't find him. A disappointing effort from the youngster. Played his full part in the victory at Oxford last week. And he's certainly looked good value today, Gary Speed. Whenever West Ham have pushed forward, he's done some sterling work on defence. And he's been quite effective too when United have moved forward. That wasn't one of his better moments. Vinnie Jones, a determined header. Chapman and Foster just sticking out a long leg and getting away with that one. Good challenge again by Speed. Vinnie Jones, Carl Schutt, free on the left. Chance to get the cross in. Crosses early. Well, the keeper had perhaps was thinking that was going to be to the far post, but adjusted his position nicely in the end. Morley and Haddock in contest again. Kevin Keane. Mel Sterland does very well indeed, Sterland, and gets a round of applause. This time Gale winning the ball. Snowden. Carl Schutt. I think he was looking for Chapman, although Strachan was the nearer man, but he finds Chapman. Glyn Snowden, chance to cross. Vinnie Jones now on the far post. Strachan, a little bit of room to work. Gordon Strachan, bit of magic from Strachan, and just the ball just moving away from him at the final moment when he was about to make the cross. Three goals to 2, 10 minutes to go. Couldn't have been a better contest, this one. Jones was fouled. Thankfully, the supposed needle between the two sides hasn't materialised. Just had the one booking, Martin Allen, and that coming very early in the game. And referee Ken Redfern stamping his authority with that first booking. And the players have responded since then, and we've seen a very good contest indeed so far. Gary Speed. Liam Brady and Gordon Strachan, two of the best in the business. Stuart Slater. Haddock read the situation very well indeed, Haddock. Good reader of a game. McQueen. Slater. And West Ham get the throw, despite protestations from Lee Chapman. Bishop in space. Gets the cross in too. Fairclough was there first before Quinn. Ian Bishop looking for Quinn. Good header from Fairclough, and well played by Sterland. Again, that's the experience you can't buy. You've got to learn that. Sterland knew exactly what he wanted to do. Fooled Morley and took the pressure right off Leeds United. Foster wins the header. Jones looking for a man wide left, and there wasn't one. Speed's pass hits the referee. Jones fouls Bishop, and West Ham have the free kick. Liam Brady. Well played by Fairclough. Did very well indeed, Fairclough, to police Morley and the ball on that far side of the field and ensure he didn't get a touch on it. Both managers still got a further option. Dylan Kerr is on the Leeds bench and Gary Stroder on the West Ham bench. Well, there's a running chance here for John Hendry. Gordon Strachan takes play up. Strachan running at the defence. Carl Schutt. Got Chapman on the far post. Schutt lost his feet at the wrong time. And again West Ham give the ball away in defence. They've been very generous this afternoon. Looking for Chapman. Foster gets the header. Brady, Jones. Liam Brady now in a corner. Plays beautiful little pass to McQueen. And McQueen shows a bit of footwork of his own too. Kevin Keane. Stuart Slater. Keane again. Well played, Peter Haddock. Good tackle. Strachan needs a few more men forward. Only had Chapman in front of the ball when he got it. Chapman stepping round the defender. Little back heel. Strachan. Not too many men to hit in the box. Fine shot. Picked him out beautifully. But its shot's layoff was intended for Chapman, and it's only worked for West Ham's advantage. Bishop. West Ham streaming forward. That's a good ball. Stuart Slater. Got Morley and Quinn. He's got Martin Allen outside him. And Allen's intended hard low cross for Morley, deflected by Peter Haddock. Seven minutes to go. 3-2 Leeds United in front. No real sense of urgency about Liam Brady. You'd think that he had the rest of the afternoon, Brady. John Hendry certainly not 10 yards away there. Out by Haddock, a good header. Brady and Allen, the 1-2, a nice 1-2. Beats Martin Allen. The ball just swung off the instep by Liam Brady, a spinning ball. And Martin Allen was always going to have to do an awful lot to keep it in play. Vinnie Jones slowing it down. Ken Redfern has a long look at the watch. Lee Chapman, Vinnie Jones. Into space. Well, will the free kick be given against Carl Schutt, or will it be the throw-in? It'll be the throw-in, so there was no offence there by Carl Schutt, jumping in front of the keeper. In fact, no, the free kick has been given. And West Ham's Martin Allen looking as though he's trying to referee the game as well as playing it at the moment. Again, United have a man on the keeper. Well, Jimmy Quinn headed forward there looking for Kevin Keane, and I think that Trevor Morley would have been happier if Quinn had left the ball. It's a great clearance for Hendry. Vinnie Jones, Strachan. John Hendry. Beaten his man. He's done him. Chapman's on the far post. He can't find him. Hits the first defender, does John Hendry. Looks as though he's got a knock as well. Well, that was a clear-cut chance for Leeds if Hendry could have got the cross in. Lee Chapman was really free on the far post. And Gary Speed was also supporting play. But Alan Sutton will have to come on before we can continue, because John Hendry's taken a knock. And we could yet see the introduction of Dylan Kerr. The referee says they've got to get on with it. Obviously got a train to catch back to Whitley Bay, Ken Redfern. The only problem is, of course, if Hendry's injury worsens. There comes the cross. Chapman beaten in the air by Foster. Only as far as Strachan. A second right at the cherry. Chapman again. Ball down. Hooked away by Gale. Good play by Vinnie Jones. Chapman. Hungry for a hat-trick. He's already scored 3. But only 2 of them will count for Leeds. Lovely play by Lee Chapman. He's really skinned his man there, Jimmy Quinn. Dangerous cross. West Ham can't get the ball away. They can now. Good play by Lee Chapman. Nice ball by Brady and on by Morley. And that's a Leeds throw. Oh, come on, referee. In fact, the linesman gave it the other way and then changed his mind when he saw the decision from Ken Redfern. He must have been looking the wrong way, and that's exactly what Gordon Strachan says to him. That was clearly a Leeds throw. So John Hendry will be coming off the field. And Dylan Kerr's got 3 minutes to impress. I would expect perhaps Carl Schutt to switch to the right here and let Dylan Kerr work the left flank. Very much a left-sided player, Kerr. Or could it be that Strachan will move across? Vinnie Jones with the throw. Foster away. Martin Allen. Fouled by Speed. Tony Gale to pump the ball forward. Brady to Bishop. McQueen to Gale. 2 minutes left for Leeds United to hang on to their lead, perhaps increase it, or for West Ham United to grab an equaliser. It's been a game full of incident, this one, full of goals. 5 quality efforts already. All the way through to the keeper. It's a mighty kick. Jimmy Quinn the header on, and well played again, Peter Haddock. Been in the right place at the right time all afternoon, Peter Haddock. Nothing's past him. Gary Speed, determined effort from Speed. Bishop. Offside. Jimmy Quinn had moved clearly behind Glyn Snowden. And the delay that Bishop took in making the pass ensured he would be offside. We're inside the final minute. There won't be much to add on. Almost there for 3 more welcome points in United's promotion push. Mervyn Day taking his time. The crowd already whistling for the full-time whistle from Ken Redfern. Chapman the header on. Strachan in space. Just beats him. The ball just running away from Gordon Strachan. Done his business well this afternoon as Gordon Strachan. Indeed so has Lee Chapman. The challenge from Schutt, I think, just catching Tommy McQueen on the ankle. Schutt explaining that he was going for the ball. And Tommy McQueen looks as though he can feel that one. It does seem rather strange that Ken Redfern, having refused John Hendry attention 5 minutes ago, now allows Tommy McQueen to have attention. This time it's the West Ham skipper Tony Gale with plenty to say to referee Ken Redfern. Still the seconds ticking away. Tommy McQueen has recovered. And we can get back on with the dying moments of the game. Gale pumps the ball forward. Kevin Keane the header on. Jones away. Keane back. It's 2 against 2 on the far side. Morley. Good ball for Jimmy Quinn. Plenty of time for Mervyn Day to collect that one. Out of your picture, Ken Redfern has a look at the watch. The fans now whistling ever louder for the full-time whistle. The 90 minutes is up, we're into injury time. Foster and Chapman still tussling. Strachan. Carl Schutt in space on the far side. Back to Sterland. Well, he was looking for Schutt, but the ball wasn't quite right for him. Stuart Slater for West Ham. And Leeds United have won the game. There's the final whistle. A terrific victory by Leeds United. It wasn't just the scoreline of 3 goals to 2. It was the manner in which Leeds United won the game. They put behind them all the horrors of that home show against Port Vale, and they took up where they left off at Oxford last week. They stunned West Ham with 2 goals in the first half. 2 beautiful efforts from Lee Chapman. The first after a tricky little move. Chapman sweeping home a left-footed shot, and the second a header when he was found with a pinpoint cross from Gordon Strachan. West Ham surprised them when Trevor Morley struck back early in the second half, but when Gordon Strachan made it 3-1 after another fine move by Leeds, it looked as though United were home and dry, but not to be. Lee Chapman directing a header in at the wrong end to ensure a tight finish. The crowd, the best of the season at Elland Road, the best of the season in the second division, 32,536, and they've seen a final scoreline of Leeds United 3, West Ham United 2.
Glyn, before we talk about this marvellous game today, tell us why you're looking so well, because I know it's part of your treatment.
Yes, I've been on this, it's like a sunbed machine, but it don't really tang you. It's like vitamin rays that throws out, and you know, I go on that for half an hour on an exercise bike and also do bodies, so I think this is why I'm feeling so good.
It must be working because you had a first-class game today. Did you feel good?
I did feel good, yeah. I enjoyed every minute out there today, and like I said, even last Saturday, I enjoyed that, and no after effects after both games.
What about the game itself? Because you got the ideal start really with that goal from Lee Chapman, and what a beauty it was.
Yeah, we did. I think it took the pressure not only off us but the crowd as well. It's nice to get an early goal, or probably in the first 20 minutes or something like that. And like I say, it was a great goal, great work by Gordon Strachan, and also Gary Speed did well. And Lee finished it off very well.
I was reaching the point where I felt that you needed another goal before half-time, and up popped Chapman again. West Ham surrendered the ball fairly easily on the halfway line. Yeah,
we just keep pushing in there, keeping the ball in last third, and like I say, we hope they make mistakes. And like I say, this did happen, and another great ball from Gordon Strachan, and easy chance for Lee, and he don't miss many of them.
You must have got a nasty shock when West Ham, who hadn't really been in the game, they'd been shooting apart from an effort from Morley, which was saved by Mervyn Day, from round about 18 yards, and then suddenly 6 minutes into the second half they're back in the game.
Yeah, 2-0, you know, they're still in with it if they can get that one back, especially early doors, and that's what happened. We know they've come out fighting because we did that against Oxford last Saturday and we ended up winning 4-2, so we know the game wasn't over, so we were just hoping to get it in their box for another 15 minutes, but that didn't happen. They come back at us and they got the goal that they wanted.
And then, of course, you came back with that marvellous goal from Gordon Strachan. He picked it up beautifully at the far post.
Yeah, once again, the wee man's into everything at the moment. Once he starts buzzing, then we all start buzzing. And like I say, great move from Gary Speed again. Worked very hard to get in the box. And a lovely little ball from John Hendry for Gordon. I don't think he misses from 6 yards.
You must have thought at that stage perhaps the game was won, but you still had a little bit of work to do. And then all of a sudden you were back under pressure when Lee knocked one in his own net.
Yeah, we did. We thought, you know, 3-1, that'd be it, especially after they did come back once. We didn't think they could do it again. You know, I think we relaxed a little bit for 10 minutes or so, and once again they've got a goal, and you know, luckily it come off Lee, so they're back in the game at 3-2, and you know, we were trying to get that fourth one and try and contain them at the same time, so you know, we made hard work of it in the end.
It must be a particular delight for you to be fit and back in the squad, because it's very much now the run-in for promotion, just 11 games to go.
That's right, yeah, you know, these lads that have been playing for 30 odd games, they need all the credit. They've done a different class, but I'm just hoping to be there for the last 11 and pick up that medal.